see about preparative centrifugation techniques. Okay, so depending upon the medium of suspension, there are two types of preparative centrifugation technique. First one is differential centrifugation technique. The separation is carried out in the suspension medium which is homogeneous in nature. That means the suspension medium is homogeneous. It is of a similar gradient. Okay, there is no gradient actually. This method is based on difference in size and density of particles. When two particles have same mass and different density, they have same mass and difference in density, then particle with high density will settle down first. That means it will differentiate the particles on the basis of their density, mainly if they are of same mass. Okay. Now in each step we select the centrifugation field such that all the particles of same density will settle down at the determined time, predetermined time they settle down. All the particles of same density. At the end of each step, pallet and supernatant get separated and we wash the pallet and resuspend in homogeneous medium, then recentrifuge at same condition. Okay, so when we recentrifuge it limits the cross contamination and we get pure pallet fraction. Okay, so here is the example of typical differential centrifugation technique. This is the tissue homogenate obtained from liver tissue. Okay, when we first centrifuge it at 1000 G for 5 to 15 minutes, we get the heavy, most dense particle, that is nucleus pallet, and then when we take out the centrifuge and then centrifuge again for 15 minutes at 10,000 G, then we get the pallet of mitochondria and lysosome. Then again when we take out supernatant and then centrifuge for 1 to 2 hours at 1 lakh G, then we get microsome pallet, and then again when we take out supernatant and again centrifuge at 1 lakh G for 3 to 4 hours. At that time we get soluble solute pallet. Okay, so here you can see that we are increasing the centrifugal force and as well as the time of centrifugation. So we get the palette or fractions of different density. First we get most dense particle and the last we get least dense particle. Okay, so you can see here this is the centrifugal force that is applied towards the bottom of the centrifuge tube, and here the particles of mixed size are there. Small, medium and large particles. When we increase the time, okay, so first we get at the bottom we get high density particles, then medium density particles and low density particles. Okay, so here with this differential centrifugation, there is one drawback of this differential density centrifugation technique. There is chances of cross contamination. When we separate out the pallet, there is chances of cross contamination. That's why we wash the pallet and then centrifuge at the same speed so that we minimize the chances of cross contamination. Okay, so this method is very useful for the separation of those particles which have the same mass but different density. So it is very useful for the tissue homogenization, etc. Okay. Now the second method of preparative centrifugation is density gradient centrifugation technique that is proposed by Anke Brakke in 1951. It is carried out, as the name suggests, in density gradient. It is carried out in a suspension medium having density gradients, and therefore separation is dependent on the Baronian density of the particles. Okay. Now it is of two types: rate zonal centrifugation technique. In the rate zonal centrifugation technique, the gradient which we use has maximum density below that of least dense particles. Okay, and the density gradient is reasonably very shallow because no particle will reach at the bottom of the centrifuge tube because their density is higher than the gradient. Their density is higher than the gradient material. Okay. Now the technique involves careful layering of a sample solution on top of a preformed density gradient whose density continuously increases towards the bottom of the sample tube, and the particle travel through this steep gradient and form discrete zones, and depending on their sedimentation rate. Okay, so this technique, rate zonal technique, is very useful for separation of particles which differ in size but not in density. Okay, so that is the difference between differential and density gradient centrifugation technique. It depends on difference in the density. Okay, so here you can see the outline for the density gradient centrifugation technique, rate zonal. Here the particles of different sizes are there. Okay, and here this is the density gradient. Towards bottom of the centrifuge tube, the density increases. Here you can see increasing density. Okay, so after some time, small particles will sediment last, and large particles with high density will sediment first, and centrifugal force obviously is applied towards the bottom of the tube. Okay, now this method is useful for separation of proteins having identical densities but differ in molecular weight. They have the same densities but differ in molecular weight, and useful for separation of DNA and RNA hybrids, and also useful for the separation of ribosomal subunits. Now the second type of density gradient centrifugation is isopycnic centrifugation technique. In this, the gradient which we use here has maximum density higher that of the highest sediment particle. Okay, so different particles differing in their binary densities will travel and become stationary at a region where the density of the layer below them is greater than them. Okay, so here we get the discrete zone. Okay, now it solely depend upon the binary densities of the particle to be separated, and not on their shape or size, and it is useful for separation of proteins which have similar binary densities. Nucleic acid, it is also used for nucleic acid fractionation and separation of intracellular organisms which do not differ in size but differ in their binary densities. Okay, so here is the diagram of isopycnic centrifugation technique, in which mixed particles of different densities are there, and they separate out on the basis of their binary densities. Okay, now for density gradient centrifugation technique, we use different gradient materials like sucrose, glycerol, cesium chloride and ficol. We mix two solutions of this gradient material, high concentration solution and low concentration solution, and we mix it gradually so that we get a continuous gradient towards bottom of the tube. Okay, so these are the two variants of preparative centrifugation technique.